Robo Rob here, just checking in really quickly. I thought I had a thought in my head, but that's probably just the drugs I've done speaking, and I just barely lost contact with my own self. What I'm speaking of is my past abuse of drugs. I've had a very interesting and intricate and elaborate use and time of drugs, and I'd like to share it with you. The most interesting drug that I've ever tried is called 4-ACO DMT, which is 4-acetoxy-dimethyltryptamine. And what that is a research chemical online that the government hasn't quite caught on to yet. There are certain drugs that are kind of in the gray area where the government hasn't quite been able to figure out whether or not people are abusing this stuff enough or if it's being made enough. Just bullshit like that that they can't figure out. And so it's technically okay to sell online to research chemists or blah. And so I got it from this European research chemist, and it mimics mushrooms and LSD very well. But imagine if, for any of you who smoked DMT before, it's the same thing that's produced in your brain, the pineal gland. It's like that, but extended to about 5 to 7 hours. So that's about the craziest drug I've ever taken, because one day I decided to watch Wally in my friend's basement, and I took 7 hits, and that's 70 milligrams of this 4-acetoxy-dimethyltryptamine, and it was fucking psycho. Holy shit. I was inside Wally, the fucking movie, the whole entire time. Wally, Wally. I could have fucked him if I wanted to. My wiener was so hard that night, I was flying through space. And you know the fat people with the french fries? Oh my god, I wanted to fuck every single fold of fat in their body. It was such an amazing movie because it wasn't just about fucking fat and fucking robots. It was also about the concept of where a civilization is going, excuse me for the light, and how people are getting lazy in America. I even looked today, like on my iPhone right here, I'm texting somebody and it autocorrects for me. Are you fucking kidding me? If you had a typewriter right now, it wouldn't autocorrect. You'd have to fucking put in new ink and a new sheet and everything. It just made me think how fucking crazy our civilization is and how much we rely on bullshit, nature versus nurture type shit, you know what I mean? But it's 4-ACO DMT that I loved the most because one night I decided to hike up the canyon in. I'm not telling you where I live because I'm not fucking gonna make pedophiles come to my house. I was hiking up a canyon and I took LSD and it was fun, and I also took a couple of hits of 4-ACO DMT, and that combination was unbelievable because a waterfall looked like a vagina having a period of clear period. But then I took ecstasy. And that was really, really, really crazy because when I sat down on the grass, there was a tree there, and it started growing and growing and growing and growing and growing and growing all the way to the sky, and it started twisting and it started making elaborate dodecahedra shapes, and it was fucking crazy. And I got to the point where I was just listening to Red Hot Chili Peppers' best hits, and I was crumpled up into the ground, couldn't move my body at all. I felt like I was inside a womb being massaged. If anyone remembers their birth, then just think back to that, and that's exactly how I felt. So just remember that, and that's exactly how I was on drugs. So take those 3 drugs, and you will know what it's like to be inside a vagina, your whole entire fucking body inside of one.